Hey everybody, what's going on? It's Jake here, coming at you from New York City on January the 8th, 2021. Happy New Year, everybody. What a start to the year it has been so far, huh? Seems like a long 2 weeks to that inauguration, doesn't it? Well, fasten your seatbelt, folks, because I think it's going to be quite a ride between now and then. Yeah, that election, still a lot of unanswered questions, a lot of things that are still unexplained, and it troubles me, and it should trouble you too, no matter who you voted for, whether you're a Biden supporter or a Trump supporter. You know what? If the election's not legit, you should have a problem as an American, because the effects are going to be disastrous on all of us. Our way of life is at stake here, folks. I don't know if you get it or not, but freedom and the American way of life is at stake in the next 2 weeks. And like I said, it doesn't matter who you voted for, what your political affiliations are. If you love America and you love your life as you know it, then you need to be ready to step up and speak out, because there's going to be some stuff coming our way that is going to be challenging and hard to deal with. The biggest concern here is who would try to rig our election and why. Why would somebody try to get someone else in office illegitimately? What do they stand to gain? Well, here's what they stand to gain. If Biden is inaugurated and goes into office, we are going to continue going down the path towards a one world government, which has been in the works for quite a while. And I'm not going to talk conspiracy theories. It's Agenda 21. You can look it up yourself. It's United Nations, and it's a one world government, basically, where resources get spread around the world and everyone is taken care of, and it's a utopia. Free health care and places to live and all that good stuff, and running water, except none of it's true. None of it's true. A one world government means a government that's controlled by large corporations that pretty much has a society of indentured servants. And you're going to have travel restrictions. You're going to have people that don't live near you being the ones that are making up the rules for where you live. You're going to have to forfeit the property that you owned and you've bought. It's not good. And they make it sound like it's going to be this lovely thing, but you have to remember, we're one of the wealthiest countries in the world, and for good reason, because the people here have worked hard to create that. And we have a free market economy that is driven by competition. And so that is what has compelled us and propelled us to be the greatest country in the world. And our Constitution is the greatest setup for government that has ever been put on paper. And is there something better? Maybe. I don't know. You show me, and I'll believe it when I see it. But nobody's got it better than us. Nobody in the world. And to think that we are going to have to answer to other people outside of our own country and districts and states and all that is just preposterous. I mean, I'm standing here right outside a cemetery that is just covered with flags, and it's because there's a lot of veterans buried at this cemetery, a lot of veterans that have lost their lives defending the freedom of this country. And you got to wonder, would these guys have laid down their lives if they knew we were just going to give it away? If they knew we were just going to sit back and be spoon-fed news that people wanted to tell us, and propaganda, and that we weren't going to seek out information on our own, and that we weren't going to defend freedom with our lives if need be? Because that's what you got to ask yourself now. How far are you willing to go to defend your freedom? Are you willing to open your mind up and realize that the people that you thought were the good guys maybe aren't the good guys? And maybe they never have been. Because that's what we're about to find out. You know, it's no accident that the billionaires are getting richer and richer off of this pandemic, and the rest of the world is getting poorer and poorer, and that we're seeing economic collapses and government overstepping their bounds all around the world and infringing on the rights of people. This is a hostile takeover of not just us, but of all these countries around the world. Now, if we are the leaders of the world and we're expected to give our resources, our time, our efforts, our technology to other countries that do not have stable governments. They have corruption. You know, there's a reason why they haven't developed the way that everybody else has developed. You know, you have to ask yourself, is this good for us? And the answer is no, it's not good for us. So, listen, you know, don't take it from me. You know, you have a computer, you have internet, go out there and seek out the information, find out, see why people are being censored, see why people's Twitter feeds are being shut down and their Instagrams are being shut down. I mean, we're being censored. The President of the United States, as crazy as he may be or seem or whatever, he just got censored. He got kicked off of Twitter today. He's the President of the United States of America, and he's being censored. His First Amendment rights are being infringed upon so that they can shut him up because they're afraid of what he might say and what he might reveal. And I don't think it's going to stop him. But be prepared, because you may find out some disappointing things about people that you thought you could trust. Anyway, I look forward to seeing what comes in the next couple of days, because I think it's going to be some really defining moments in our country's history, and I pray for us all. Be good to each other. And remember, we're Americans first. We're not Republicans. We're not Democrats. We're not black, white, Hispanic. We're everything. I mean, we're Americans. And it's time to really embrace what that means and defend it at all costs. Stay well, folks. And make sure you have some provisions, because if things do flip, it's going to happen really fast, and there's not going to be much time, or you're not going to have much ability to do anything once this gets started, because all the supply chains are going to be interrupted, everything's going to shut down. So, until then, we'll keep going until we can't go no more. All right, stay tuned.